In this video I take you through the appearance section of the gallery. So to start with, we have the option to show or hide the header. Please make sure this is checked if you wish to use the checkout by email feature, as to enable the user to complete the checkout and view their cart, they need to click the top link in the header section. Next up is the static header, so if the user scrolls the page, the header stays static. You've also got options to change the padding vertically and horizontal for the navigation links. You can choose to show and hide the footer, and also set the page width to full, or disable this where the gallery will be centralized with margins either side. You can choose to change the pagination settings here, so these controlling these sections in the thumbnails. The checkout by email settings here will be covered in another video. I'll apply a link to the video now if you wish to watch this. Then next up are the slideshow settings. So this controls the controls here, and also gives you the option to autoplay the slideshow when the user views the gallery in a browser. For the music settings, please be aware that the Lightroom browser built in won't play the music due to limitations of the browser included. So if you wish to test the gallery for the music, I recommend previewing in a browser to test it. So when that's enabled, you'll get a link here to click to play music. You can also have it autoplay. I'll also supply a link in the video now to the documentation showing you how you can choose to put your own audio file in there to play. Next up are the caption settings. So this refers to this part. So if I just check down here and put in the equipment and maybe the sequence, so that will show some details in the caption section. You can choose to have this show on load, and also include a download link so users can download the image displayed. Some additional features included in the gallery are a cookie consent notice, which you can see down here, the ability to disable right click and on touch devices stop them from saving images, also to show or hide the spinner for when loading images, and lastly have social widgets, which you can just see down here. Up next is the font section. Here you can choose to either use Google Web Fonts or just general web safe fonts. So to give you an example of how to use the Google fonts, you need to go to the fonts.google.com website. I'll put a link in the video. To then pick a font that you like. So in this example I'll use the Droid Serif font. Then you need to copy and paste these details, put the link code in, and then copy the CSS font and paste it in here. Please note that the Font Awesome text at the end is there if you wish to use Font Awesome icons in the pagination section. So as you can see, the Droid Serif font has now been applied to the gallery. You can also change all the font sizes to their respective labelled section. Up next is the thumbnail panel settings. Here you can choose to show and hide both the top and the bottom panels, and also, given the size of a device, choose to show and hide the panels as well. For the thumbnail image settings, you can adjust the size of the thumbnail, choose how many thumbnails are shown per page, and also adjust the width of both the top and the bottom panels given the device size that you're viewing the gallery on. So in this video I'm viewing it on a desktop, so that's the large size and it's 4 columns, and the main image down here is set to 8. So if I adjust this to 12, it'll go full screen. and then if I adjust this to show it on a large screen, you'll see the bottom panel here. So hopefully this will make sense in understanding how the Bootstrap framework works on different devices. I'll put a link to the Bootstrap website to let you know more information about this. And I also recommend going through the templates, as they've got different settings on resizing the gallery, and this will also help you understand how the settings relate to how the gallery works. So in addition to these sizing values here, you can also set cornering of the images and thumbnails, and also the margins and padding of them. You can also set offsets as well. So for the main image, if I leave that at 8 and set the large column offset to 2, this will centralize it. So to understand this, the main image section here is set to 8, and then it's got an offset of 2, and because the full width is 12, you've got another 2 here that's blank, so that's why it's centralized. So you may choose that you hide the thumbnails and just have it centralized like this, or you can choose to have the thumbnails down below and hide the top ones if viewed on a desktop, and then have it different if viewed on a tablet or on a phone. One last thing to mention in the main image settings is the width, height and height limit values. So you may wish to have a large value for the image height for when you have landscape photos, but you may come across an issue when they're portrait sized. You can then use the height limit to set a maximum, so when your users are viewing images that have portrait orientation, that they don't come across as really large. So hopefully that will help you in creating a good user experience for people viewing your gallery. Okay, thanks for watching.